Welcome back to Lion Recaps. Today I will show you an American superhero film from 2019, titled Captain Marvel. The story begins in 1995 when we see a planet called Hala whose inhabitants are called Kree. There we see a girl named Ver who is badly injured. Then she sees an old woman there before she realizes anything that suddenly a man appears out of the smoke and pulls a gun on her. Ver can't see his face and the next moment her eyes open, it's actually a nightmare. Ver has this dream again and again. She suffers from insomnia, so she sleeps very little and has forgotten all the precious memories of her life. Ver then meets a man named Yon-Rogg, who is the commander of the planet's military known as Starforce. He also teaches Ver the martial arts skills, after which Yon-Rogg takes him to introduce the supreme intelligence and organic artificial intelligence that acts as the ruler of the Kree Empire. Yon-Rogg tells him that this planet's supreme intelligence has no face. The image in your mind that you think about again and again comes to you in that form. Now Ver reaches the place where the supreme intelligence is. She appears to Ver in the form of the same old lady who repeatedly appears to him in her nightmares. She tells the Ver that our planet is in danger as we face a powerful enemy called the Skrull's aliens. Those who occupy different planets and can take any form, repeatedly infiltrate our planet. So they can end our existence, and before they do that we have to eliminate the Skrulls. The Ver then accompany the Kree army, commanded by Yon-Rogg, to the planet where the Skrulls reside. Yon-Rogg explains that one of our spies has been among the Skrulls for the past 3 years and we must get him out from there at any cost. They all now reach the planet where Ver finds the spy which they all came here to rescue. Ver asks him for his code, he tells her the correct code, then Ver sees that the Skrulls have attacked their army. And what she thought was a Kree spy is actually Talos, the leader of the Skrulls, disguised as a spy. He knocks Ver unconscious and takes her to his spaceship, where he uses a machine to try to find out the old memories in her mind that she herself has forgotten. Talos learns that Ver was previously on Earth and worked as a pilot with another lady named Dr. Wendy Lawson. It is the same old lady who appears to Ver in her nightmares. Talos, the leader of the Skrull's aliens, also wants to know about the same woman. So he asks his people to find out their location and where they are going. But before they can do that, Ver regains her senses and frees herself to attack Talos. She asks him, "What did you put in his mind?" Talos says, "I didn't put anything in it, everything is already in your mind. I just want to know the location of Dr. Lawson and the lightspeed engine she built. You don't remember anything about your past, so you're trapped by the Kree people." Then all the Skrulls here attack the Ver and an explosion occurs during their fight. This causes a hole in the spaceship and all the Skrulls escape. Ver also escapes in a spaceship pod, which crashes on Earth shortly after. After the crash landing, Ver informs her people that she is on Earth, so come here immediately and take her back. They say that it will take us 22 hours to get there, and until then you have to wait here. Meanwhile, S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Nick Fury, who is still young, and agent Phil Coulson also arrive there. They interrogate Ver, who tells them that she is a Kree and wants to exterminate the Skrulls. However, they don't understand what she's talking about, and then Ver sees a Skrull there and she starts chasing after him. The Skrull disguises himself and gets on a train, but Ver recognizes him and a fierce battle ensues between the two. A crystal device falls to the ground from the Skrull's side, which is the same memory device that contains Ver memories, and the Skrull manages to escape. There Nick Fury was shown chasing the train with his partner Phil Coulson in the car. Suddenly he gets a call from Phil Coulson, then he realizes that the man sitting next to him is not Phil Coulson but a Skrull. Nick Fury deliberately causes his car to crash, killing a Skrull and injuring Nick Fury's left eye. He then takes the Skrull to a lab where his boss Keller also arrives. Boss tells Nick Fury that you have to stay with Ver and find out about him and give all the information to me. No one should know anything about this, it is a secret mission. Ver is now shown inserting the crystal device he received from the Skrull into his handheld gadget, revealing the name Poncho's bar. When Ver arrives at this bar, she has vague memories of her past, in fact, she has been here before. And now Nick Fury also comes here, she sees a photo of a fighter jet on the wall. The two then make their way to the Project Pegasus installation U.S. Air Force Base, where Nick Fury shows his S.H.I.E.L.D. card to the security there. They are taken to a room from where they both go into a huge store that contains many secret files. There is also a file belonging to Dr. Wendy Lawson that contains some notes about Wendy's lightspeed engine, written by her in the Kree language. Vere realizes that Dr. Wendy was not human but a Kree. After reading her file, they also discover that Vere was a pilot, who everyone believed that she died in an accident in 1989 while testing an experimental lightspeed engine designed by Dr. Wendy. And Dr. Wendy is the one who appears repeatedly in Vere dreams. Nick Fury is then shown informing his boss Keller of his location. Keller soon arrives there, and when he talks to Nick Fury, Fury becomes suspicious of him. He discovers that it is not his boss, but a Skrull who has come to capture Vere in the guise of Keller. Nick Fury tricks him and tries to escape from there, but the Skrull captures him once again. Before he can kill Nick Fury, Vere attacks the Skrull and takes Nick Fury away in a jet. Now they both arrive at the house of Maria, a former pilot in Louisiana. In fact, it was written in the file that Maria is the girl who last saw Dr. Wendy and Vere alive. Vere finds out here that Maria was her best friend and that her real name is Carol Danvers. Maria tells him that Dr. Wendy's fighter jet crashed 6 years ago and you were the pilot of that jet. We all assumed you were killed, but Vere doesn't remember anything about it and doesn't recognize Maria. Now Talos, the leader of the Skrulls, also comes here and tells Vere that I don't want to fight with you. I imprisoned you last time because I didn't know anything about you, but now I want to talk to you. If you want to know the truth, I want to play the black box recording of the crashed fighter jet in which you and Dr. Wendy were traveling together. Everyone then listens to a recording of Dr. Wendy telling Vere about a location. She says we have to reach the location where my lab is. Now Vere remembers everything after hearing the recording. She remembers that day she was with Dr. Wendy on her way to his lab with the lightspeed engine, and suddenly they are attacked by someone. Due to this their fighter jet crashes in which Dr. Wendy is badly injured. She tells Vere that we are doing all this so that they can stop a dangerous war forever. I am not from Earth but from a planet called Hala, and my real name is Marvel. And now you have to finish all this because this lightspeed engine that we have with us is a power source. It must not go into the hands of the enemy. Before she can destroy it, someone suddenly shoots her and she dies instantly. This is the moment that Vere sees again and again in his nightmares. When a man is walking towards him holding a gun, she never gets to see the man's face, but now she sees his full form. This man is Yon-Rogg, commander of the Hala planet's army, whom she considers her friend. He asks Vere about the energy source, but Vere knows that under no circumstances should this energy source fall into anyone else's hands. So she fires at the lightspeed engine, causing a huge blast. And suddenly, all the power of this energy source is absorbed into Vere. Yon-Rogg doesn't kill Vere because he needs the same energy. The story returns to the present where Talos, the leader of the Skrulls, tells Vere that you were unknowingly siding with Hala's Kree people, which is wrong, although she wanted to destroy the lightspeed engine forever in the past. The Kree people invaded our planet, and when we didn't bow down to them they destroyed our entire planet. That is why we take refuge in one planet after another. The energy source that Dr. Wendy had discovered could propel any spaceship to lightning-fast speeds that the Kree military would never be able to reach. The doctor wanted you to help us find this energy source, but Vere says I destroyed that lightspeed engine then. Talos explains that you only destroyed the engine, but the energy source is still in his lab, the location of which Marvel told you. Vere says that the lab is not on Earth, but in space, which keeps changing its location according to the constellations. Now the damaged spaceship they have is modified by a Talos scientist to make it space-worthy. All of them leave the surface of the Earth and very soon they reach this lab. When they go inside the lab, they find that there is a tesseract that is the source of all this energy. Now the question arises as to how Dr. Lawson got this tesseract. While the tesseract we saw in Captain America's first Avengers is held by Tony Stark's father, Howard Stark. Howard Stark was one of the 3 people who discovered S.H.I.E.L.D., then S.H.I.E.L.D. and NASA launched a new project called Project Pegasus. In Project Pegasus, they wanted to use the energy of the tesseract to create a super-fast engine. where Dr. Wendy was also working as a scientist. That's why he stole the Tesseract from there. The present scene now shows that Talos starts making strange noises in Dr. Wendy's lab. And soon his family, who have been hiding in the same spaceship lab for the past 6 years, show up. Talos's wife tells him that Marvel forbade him to send any signals to you because by doing so, the Kree people of the planet Hala could find us. Then suddenly Yon-Rogg arrives with his Kree army and they capture Ver. After capturing him, they transmit his senses to their Supreme Intelligence, where Ver sees the Supreme Intelligence as Dr. Wendy. Ver has a device attached to his neck that allows the Kree to control his powers. When Ver finds out, she throws the device off her neck. As she removes the device from her neck, all of her powers return and Ver transforms into Captain Marvel here. After becoming Captain Marvel, she wipes out an entire Kree army in a single attack. She then approaches Nick Fury with the Tesseract, hands over the Tesseract to him, and tells him to run away. Nick Fury has Dr. Wendy's cat named Goose, which is actually not a cat but an alien that swallows the Tesseract. After that, Nick Fury takes Maria and all the Skrulls on his spaceship and leaves the place after destroying it. Yon-Rogg also chases after them in his spaceship to retrieve the Tesseract. Captain Marvel grabs his spaceship but Yon-Rogg repels it with his power. Before she hits the ground, she calms her mind completely and allows Captain Marvel to recognize her power of flight. She then crashes Yon-Rogg's spaceship. Right at that moment we are shown Ronan, a Kree, outside the surface of the Earth. When he sees his people losing, he throws huge missiles at the Earth, but Captain Marvel destroys all these missiles in one blow. When Ronan sees her power, he says we should go back, but we'll be back soon for revenge. Captain Marvel then returns to Earth where Yon-Rogg is and puts him on his spaceship, giving him a message for the Supreme Intelligence that I'm coming to Hala very soon so that I can destroy everything there. Then, Nick Fury is seen holding the goose that swallowed the Tesseract. She hits his eye with her claw, which injures it. Later that night, Captain Marvel returns Nick Fury's pager and tells him that I have updated it. With the help of this, I will be on any planet. You can send me a message, but only contact me in case of extreme emergency. Captain Marvel then leaves Earth with the Skrull spaceship to find their new home. Nick Fury is shown in a new look with a cover on his injured eye where the cat clawed him. He tells Phil Coulson that we don't know who else lives in space. This time Captain Marvel saved us, but we need more superheroes like that. That's why we have to form a team of superheroes to deal with potential threats. In the end credit scene, we see the goose vomit the Tesseract back onto Nick Fury's desk. With that, the movie ends. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.